What is up, Planeswalkers? Theric6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. Be sure to head to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It is a fantastic deal, and it's a great way to support the channel. Now today, we're hopping into Elf Ball, and when I say Elf Ball, this is a deck that is, a classic in both Modern and Legacy, where you play a bunch of elves, and then you top it off, typically with, I believe the Legacy version tends to run the Natural Order, and then the Modern version might also run, I don't remember if Natural Order is actually Modern legal, but they do run Credhoof Behemoth. Now, I don't think they're super popular right now in either of those metagames, but I haven't really dug in. But that said, this is also an elf ball deck. This is a red-green version that utilizes Mirror March, and this is a deck I found from Noxious. This is a blue version that I really tried to get working because I really liked the inclusion of Frilled Mystic and Incubation Druid, and I'll just really quickly show you some of the other cards I was considering. But unfortunately, and I also had some ideas for Mono Black. Unfortunately, that didn't pan out, but this one did. This one did a lot better. So I'm going to hop into talking about this one. Now, this is an Elf Ball deck, and the main purpose of the deck is to get a ton of elves on the board and either kill your opponent with activations of Shalai or with End-Raze Forerunners. For what it's worth, you can just overrun your opponent in general just by being able to attack in with them, but that is the main goal, and it helps a lot because we have a lot of ramp, and we have some decent amount of card draw in the deck, thanks to a number of these cards that I'll talk to. So we're playing 4 Llanowar Elves. It's a turn 1 elf. It allows us to turn to Marwyn, which, accelerates us a lot, and it also allows us to turn to Steelleaf Champion, which allows us to get a lot of pressure out early, which is very nice. Druid of the Cowl is a 2-of in this deck because we don't really need the 1/3 body, whereas Incubation Druid can get larger and things like that, but it is an additional mana dork, which is helpful. For Growth Chamber Guardians, now this card is very important for several reasons, the main one being that it allows you to keep your ball rolling for what it's worth. You can play this one out, and very likely you'll have mana to activate it and then play another one, and that works really nicely with Beast Whisper and Vanquisher's Banner. If you have one of these out and you are able to play and activate Growth Chamber Guardian, it really helps you keep your hand full while still maintaining a nice board presence so that you can be safe a little bit from wraths, right? So that's very helpful. And in addition, it is just a decent way to, like Steelleaf Champion, just attack your opponent's face, right? A 5-mana 4/4 is fine when you also have other elf synergies already there, right? So you're totally fine just playing this, adapting it, and swinging in with it. It's very helpful. For Incubation Druid, we like this card better than Druid of the Cowl, not necessarily because it can, tap for white if we have another white land, but because it can adapt. So in some situations, we are kind of maybe flooding out on lands, or we just have way too many mana dorks and not enough payoff for them. So we will be able to pump up our Incubation Druid, either keep it on defense, or be able to go in and attack with it, which can help from time to time. And then, of course, we have 4 Elvish Clancallers. This is a Lord, which is fantastic. It makes all of our other elves bigger, and for 6 mana, you can go ahead and tap it, search for another one, and put it onto the battlefield. You don't have to put it in your hand, which, for what it's worth, sometimes that is a bother because of the fact that this one says cast a creature, and this one says cast a creature. So you don't get the triggers off of those, but you do still get the Marwyn triggers, and you get the benefit of having that additional Lord. So another common scenario seems to be, you have a bunch of mana, you have 1 Elvish Clancaller out, and you have a few dorks, so you just tap your lands and maybe a couple of dorks, get another Clancaller out, buffing your dorks even more, and start attacking in. So that's a nice thing that you can do. Additionally, it is another one of those cards, like Growth Chamber Guardian, that allows you to keep up on your momentum without really using resources from your hand. Onto our 3s, we have 3 Marwyns. This might be a little bit much because she's a legendary creature, but the ability that she has to just let us go completely out of control with our elves is really great. The fact that you can, if possible, go turn 1 Llanowar Elves into turn 2 Marwyn, into turn 3 Clancaller, right? That puts Marwyn's power up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe. And then you can immediately play Beast Whisper into another Llanowar Elves, or Steelleaf Champion into one of your 2-drops, right? It's just so amazing how well Marwyn allows us to snowball. For what it's worth, if you just don't have anything in your hand to use that mana for, you just have a really large creature to attack with. And I found that she is very effective in drawing removal. And that's also fine when you are also running things like Beast Whisper, when you're running things like Steelleaf Champion. These are things that your opponents are going to want to get rid of anyway. So when you're able to shunt them over to her, it's totally fine, because usually you're going to be in a situation where you have backup things. Speaking of backup things, we have 4 Steel Leaf Champion. Now you might be saying, this isn't necessarily an aggressive deck. Why are you running 4 Steel Leaf Champion? 1, it's an elf. 2, it is a very well-costed elf. It is a 5/4 that has a sort of evasion clause. Being able to just out-pressure mono red aggro with a card like this is very helpful. If your opponent doesn't bolt the bird, you can get this out on turn 2. If your opponent does bolt the bird, but maybe you play a Druid of the Cowl next turn, and even if you don't top deck another land, you're going to be able to play this on turn 3, right? So this is just a really consistent way to pressure your opponent, as well as have a nice sized blocker, so that your mono red decks can't just, give it a lightning strike, and all of a sudden, you're up blank creep without a paddle. That said, it still dies a Lava Coil, which is pretty prevalent, but On to our 4-drops, we have 2 Shalais. Now, the reason we're running 2 and 2 of End-Raze Forerunner and Shalai is because we don't want to disrupt too much of our card drawing sequencing, right? We want to be able to chain as much as we can from Beast Whisperer and Vanquisher's Banner, and not focus necessarily on having those big flashy wins. Oftentimes, I found that my opponents don't even get to the point where I put Shalai down or I put End-Raze Forerunners down. I think the only time I was able to play Shalai was against Burn, and they conceded on the spot because they didn't currently have an answer to Shalai. And then End-Raze Forerunners, I had my hand, and I was planning on playing next turn, but I just had so many elves on the board that my opponent just conceded before I got to play it. So very oftentimes that is something that's going to happen, but it does allow your other creatures, your other elves, to get partial immunity from many effects, and the activated ability allows you to, just make a stupid amount of mana and make your elves all very large. Beast Whisperer, as I've been talking about throughout this deck, is a card that really makes the engine go, right? This is a card that not only is an elf in and of itself, so it helps out with Marwyn, it's better with Elvish Clancaller, etc., but whenever you cast another creature spell, and it's on cast, which is incredibly important. I did mention that Elvish Clancaller going straight to the battlefield is a little unfortunate with this, but it's so much better that it's on cast, because even if your opponent counters your spell, you are still going to get the value of the card that you drew. So even though this is only a 4-mana 2/3, kind of small body, this has the ability to really help you maintain a board presence, fight through counterspells, fight through board wipes, because it's going to consistently keep your hand up. Very similar to that, Vanquisher's Banner is a card that, while not an elf by itself, gives you that same draw effect and acts as a lord. So it is 1 more mana in order to do that. But the fact that it's an artifact means it's seldom going to be hit with anything, so it's a lot easier for you to maintain a banner on the field. And for what it's worth, if you have the mana and you have both in your hand, you should Vanquisher's Banner first, because then you'll be able to get a draw trigger off the Beast Whisperer, even if the Beast Whisperer ends up dying. So I think that's the sequence you usually want to go for if you have both cards in hand and the mana for both, but it will absolutely depend on your specific circumstance. Moving back over to the 4s, we have 2 Conclave Tribunal, and I put this in kind of late into the deck because I found that I just had no removal, and sometimes things just were in the way and I had to get rid of them. So I added Conclave Tribunal instead of Ixalan's Binding, because of the fact that even though most of our creatures are mana dorks, not all of them are, right? So we could be in situations where we have like Growth Chamber Guardian, Elvish Clancaller, and Steel Leaf, and not a bunch of mana to be able to, save. So we're going to be able to use Conclave Tribunal in Ixalan's Binding place. You can definitely use Ixalan's Binding instead if you feel that your mana is totally fine, but having the ability to use my creatures to tap them is really nice. And then, of course, we have End-Raze Forerunners. This is the Craterhoof Behemoth proxy, essentially. This is its stand-in. It's not as good. I believe Craterhoof Behemoth gives them haste. I think it gives them all haste as well. I could be wrong on that, but what's really important is that Craterhoof gives them like scaling power, and this is just a flat +2/+2. That said, it's +2/+2 Vigilance and Trample, so usually you're going to be able to play this card and just swing out and be like, all right, well, math is for blockers, have fun. So not a bad situation at all. We are running, let's see what this is over here. We are only running 21 lands. And our average was 3.1, and that usually would make you think, well, shouldn't I be running way more lands than that if it's 3.1? No, because the majority of our creatures do produce mana, so we don't need as many lands. This can lead to bad openers, where you kind of like have 2 lands in your hand, and you really are looking for those other 2. But it should be mostly fine, and we're running, of course, 4 and 4 here. We don't need any basic planes because we only have Shalai and Conclave Tribunal, and even then, that's only 4 total cards, so for the most part, we're only going to be operating on green, and I've not found the mana cost to be a problem at all. So, let us get some games. I'm playing in ranked because I think that not only is it like shorter wait time, but Unranked also had just a bunch of annoying decks, Gates, and Mono Black Hipster. I know there's a Magic channel that plays something along those lines. That's like Magic. It's like Mono Black something. But I don't know if it's that. But also, like, if I'm going to play against quote-unquote real decks anyway, I might as well be playing in Ranked. And the fact that it's a little faster. So this looks like Mono Red, which is unfortunate because our Llanowar Elves is likely going to die. I was hoping to play a Beast Whisperer on turn 3. Okay, interesting. We're in a strange situation where we're getting more lands than I would figure, but it's fine. Not blocking that. I assume he's going to activate a Spectacle card. No, just Pyromancer. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so I could Marwyn here, and Marwyn is technically the better play, but the reason I can't is because we went second. So if we went first, I'd be able to Marwyn here before my opponent would be able to get to 3 mana to play their Goblin Chainwhirler. But here, if I play out Marwyn, Marwyn will be a 1/1, and my opponent, if they have Chainwhirler, which maybe they don't, would completely destroy my board, destroy all of my progress. I mean, I guess I could just Llanowar Elves and Incubation Druid in spite of that. Crap, now I'm like double thinking myself. Let me know in the comments what you guys would do if you would play Marwyn or these two. I'm gonna go ahead and play Marwyn. This is really risky, but they have 5 cards and they need exactly a land into Goblin Chainwhirler. And they've only been through 9 of their cards. They could just kill Marwyn with like a shock or something, but I'm fine with that. Okay, that's fine because I still have Llanowar Elves, so I can go into Beast Whisperer. So that's fine. I'm taking a bit of lumps. Ow. Is my opponent stuck on 2? Light at the stage? They are stuck on 2. That is fantastic for me. Beast Whisperer should be fine. Theoretically. What's they used? They used a shock. No, they haven't used a lightning strike or anything like that. They could lava runner into Wizard's Lightning. Oh, they already had that. Okay. So very unfortunate. My opponent is being smart. Usually the burn decks are going to want to just go face. But against my deck specifically, it's correct. Oh man. 21 lands and we're flooding out. I mean, I have to start like chump blocking, so I'll play both of these. And they lost their Chainwhirler, so. Alright. So next turn I can get Incubation Druid as up to a 3/5. But these draws have been pretty bad. What all did we draw? So our opening hand was 3 lands, right? So 3 lands, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we drew a Llanowar Elf. And then the rest were lands? I drew a Llanowar Elf and 3 lands? Oh, that's kind of bad. I'm definitely blocking here. 1, 2, 3 would put me down to 5. At this point, I have so much lands that I don't really need the Llanowar Elves, so I think this is correct, honestly. I want to save as much damage as possible. The problem is I could still just get double light up the stage. Or not light up the stage, double skewer the critics. So let's see. Light up the stage into shock. Wizard's Lightning. Am I dead? I'm not dead. That is helpful. I cannot reasonably play Marwyn here. And we don't benefit from playing Marwyn anyway. The problem is my opponent can shock... I mean, I'm down to 1 next turn, right? So, like, I'm probably just dead. Yep. Okay, so that implies that they have a lightning strike in their hand. Maybe it doesn't, I don't know. Shock, alright. Am I dead? Because it looks like I'm dead. Darn. Darn, darn, darn. For what it's worth, my opponent played correctly. Eldrick. Oof, another bad hand. Well, I'm recording this early, so theoretically, I might just cut this. By cut this, I mean completely turn off the recording and start completely over. Hopefully I don't have to. I won 4 out of 6 actual games. There were 2 losses that I had, like, initially. Okay, that's helpful. It just gives me something to do. I had 2 losses with this deck initially, and those were both because I was still not figuring out how exactly I was trying to build the deck. Pelt Collector, okay. Pelt Collector plus Fountain is a little strange. This is not a great card to see early, but hopefully it's okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Ooh, okay. They didn't have anything else for me. That's nice to see. So I could just hold up Growth Chamber Guardian, or I could play Steel Leaf. I think I would rather save the Steel Leaf for Beast Whisper. So I'm going to just go ahead and hold up Growth Chamber Guardian. Now my opponent might... Okay, cool. No, they had nothing. I was going to say they might have been like holding a shock or something to activate in response to my Guardian. But I guess they didn't. Wow, alright. That doesn't really count. My opponent, I guess, just kept an iffy hand, but... You know, it's whatevs. Let's get some elves going. I had several games where I just got, like, insanity worth of elves out. Let's see if we can get into this. This is an okay hand. It's not great, mostly because we have End-Raze Forerunners in it. We're going second, unfortunate as well, but we can Druid of the Cowl into Shalai. So against burn, it's not even terribly bad, as long as my opponent doesn't kill my Druid. And they also don't have, like, the Steam Kim combo. Alright, mono white aggro. Okay. I think this should be okay, then. Ooh, another banner is not what I want to see here. I will say, we do need 4 banners, just because we need the consistency, right? This deck is meant to be very consistent. You know, play anything second main. Okay. Gonna play a third thing. Yeah, okay. This deck just floods the board. Alright, so we can get up to Vanquisher's banner, which is helpful. Our Shalai is also gonna help us get state protected. Do I block with the Druid of the Cowl here? I'm not sure. I do know that some white decks do play pump spells. And I don't really want to lose out on being able to play Shalai next turn. This could just be a Banalish Marshal? I mean, I assume they're going to attack with all 3 because of, like, just because of Legion's landing. Do I block the Druid? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they only have 7 permanents, which means they don't have the City's Blessing yet. So I think this is still a safe block. Okay, cool. I'm glad I did that then. And I did it on that just so they had fewer creatures overall. Because they might actually play, like, Banalish. No, they wouldn't play Banalish Marshal post-combat. History of Benalia. Okay, well, Benalia was in there somewhere, so... But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and Shalai. So, now we have a decent blocker. It's not great, but it is decent. Next turn I could Vanquisher's Banner. Although that would leave me without a blocker. Luckily, the mono white deck does... No, stop it. Yep, they're Conclave Tribunal Shalai. Damn. I was gonna say, luckily, the mono white deck runs out of things fast, but you get in situations like this. Alright, Clancaller's not bad. I think I'm actually just gonna Clancaller... do I just Clancaller? So I'd be taking 4, 8, 9, 10 damage next turn. Go to 3. Or I can Clancaller, that'll be a 2/4. So I could still only block 1. So I'd go to 4. Whereas if I play the Vanquisher's Banner this turn, maybe I can snowball into something good. Yeah, I think I have to play to win, not play to lose. Like, if I play Clancaller and my opponent has the mass pump spell or whatever the heck it is, I'm dead to it anyway, right? They already have City's Blessing. I would just die to that card regardless, so. I think that I should play to try and win instead of playing Clancaller and trying to not die. Alright. Go to 3. Tithe Taker, don't care. Snubhorn, alright. Oh, Beast Whisperer is very helpful. I think I play both of these, but do I still die? I'll have 2 blockers. So I'd have 2 blockers that could block this and this, then I'd take too much. So unfortunately, Beast Whisperer I think is a little too slow, so I think I need Elvish Clancaller into some other low-cost creatures. Okay, that is a low-cost creature, that does help. That is unfortunately a little too expensive. So I can block 3 things now. So this, this, and this. And then I still die. Dang! Once again, going second to an aggro deck. This is not great. Yeah, I'm still dead, right? Why did I do that? Block there. Block there. And even if I block here, it's still... Yep. Darn. I don't want to have to re-record the video. I want to show the deck. And show it working. Because it did. Knight of Glory. I hope you are playing Knights, sir or madam. Are you serious right now? Oh, they gave me some flooded hands, and now they give me this. I'm going first, so if nothing else I can get Incubation Druid out, I'm keeping this hand. It's Elves, man. You keep one-landers with Elves. If I top deck a land, I can go into Marwyn. If I don't, I can just go into Incubation Druid. Oh, no, not... Lands. Alright, we're out. Sometimes you gotta play Turbo Concede. Frickin' bird. Maybe I should hop over to Unranks. That's not a great name. Maybe it's a different language? Sure, this is fine. We're going first. So I think you Incubation Druid first. Into... Do you then go into Marwyn? I guess you do. Let's see what my opponent's on. Breeding Pool. Breeding Pool is interesting. Do I want to Ghost Chamber Guardian first instead? I assume this is Sultai Midrange. Be on 4 next turn. I still think it's correct to play this. That's some dank music in the background there. Yep, Sultai Midrange. So Sultai Midrange I've won against before because their deck is relatively slow. So next turn, I'll be able to double Clancaller. I actually beat a Sultai Midrange deck that casts Finality. Because, like, I had Marwyn, I had a couple of... So I had Vanquisher's Banner, I had Marwyn, I had a couple of Steel Leaf Champions, and all of those survived. I also had an adapted one of these, right? And all of them survived, so very helpful. I think we're definitely going to play Clancaller here. Yeah, we're going to go Clancaller into Growth Chamber Guardian. And then I think I actually will be able to adapt it. So I have to do this first because Marwyn is dumb and they keep trying to tap Marwyn first. So this should put her up to 5, yep, which means I can go ahead and play Growth Chamber Guardian and immediately pay for it. Take action. I go get another one of these. So now I have a 6/6 blocker. I have 2 other Growth Chamber Guardians in my hand. And next turn, Marwyn will also be quite large if she lives. So right here, they have to decide, do I kill Marwyn, the Clancallers, or the Growth Chamber Guardian. Right, and none of them are great. I think Marwyn is possibly the best answer. But yeah, definitely saw Chupacabra coming. And he is going to go ahead and kill Marwyn. Yeah, that's fine though. Because I still do have a 6/6 attacker. Ooh, and we got the Beast Whisperer. Not bad at all. I'm definitely attacking with Growth Chamber Guardian because I don't care if any of these die. They could get Chupacabra back with Muldrotha Folly, but I don't think I care. I do want to just put some sort of pressure on my opponent here. I'm going to go and attack with this. And I could adapt Incubation Druid, but I don't think I want to. I think I just want to play Beast Whisperer. Alright, looks like just the chump block. Yeah, that's fine. So they could just kill Beast Whisperer next turn with like another Chupacabra or a Vraska's Contempt, but I think trying to draw some more cards is just too important to pass up. So do you have an answer for Beast Whisperer as well? It looks like you do. It is a Contempt. Very unfortunate. I would not mind a Vanquisher's Banner here. Okay, opponent is not stuck on lands, but they are stuck in a situation where they can't really attack in. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I think I'll just Growth Chamber Guardian and then adapt it. Am I going to... Nope. Calm down. Yeah, I can adapt you, dude. Go away. I'm going to go and attack in. Potentially a chump out of the Chupacabra and a Find on both of them. Nope. Decides not to. Alright, totally fine. And I'll go ahead and play the one that they can see. Actually, that should have been a teaching moment. I could have shown people that that it would transfer over. So it should be fine though. Midnight Reaper? Yeah, dude, I don't fear the Reaper. Seasons don't fear the Reaper, nor do the wind nor the sun or the rain. You could be like they are. Come on, baby, don't. Alright, go ahead and do this. Take that action. Take this out. Steel of Champion is not bad. The question is, do I want to give them card draw? I mean, I really just want to pressure their life total, right? And I could even attack with Incubation Druid and just use her ability, because my opponent could also just play a Finality, right? Once they get up to 6 mana, and that might be what they're going for. And Finality would clear my board unless I activated Incubation Druid anyway. So I think what I'm going to do is I actually might want to just Elvish Clancaller at end of turn. I don't know. So do I attack with Incubation Druid and try to fudge the things? No, I'm just going to attack with these. It's possibly super wrong, and I should have attacked with Incubation Druid as well. But I'm going to attack with these. I assume we're going to get, yeah, some sort of chump blocks. Okay. They're double blocking that. Why would you do that? They're triple blocking that. Okay, not all of them die. I'm gonna leave Chupacabra on the field, because if they have... actually... I could just do this now. Oh, maybe they're baiting me. They might be baiting me into getting another Clancaller. You know what? That's fine, though, because I still have 3 cards in hand. Yeah, all your things die. Okay, so they're gonna go down to 7. But they are gonna draw 3 cards. Okay. I need them to not have land into Finality. Or I need them to be greedy and go land into Find. What do you got? I mean, they have a full grip. It potentially was wrong to do that. Yes! Jadelight Ranger. And 2 lands. So that's life, but my 7/7s beat your 4/6, bro. Ooh, yes. Okay. I mean, I could attack them with Clancallers as well. They become 4/4s, but I don't think I need to. I think here I just want to attack with these. I do wish... Let's see. It could be 8 power creatures. No, I think I do attack with both of these. But do I attack with this one? If I attack with this one, I guess they could just block here pretty easily and then chump 1 and they go to 7. Right? Because this would just be plus... Oh, and this would be +3, so it would be 7. So I would be able to kill the Growth Chamber Guardian. Yeah, I guess I'm going to do it. Yep, goes in for that block. All right. So before damage, I'm going to go ahead and activate this because I still have a decent hand, right? Even if my opponent does finality me, I still have things to do. Incubation Druid, buddy. Pal. Oh, okay. Cast down. I was wondering why that was doing that. All right. My opponent is at 6. I might be able to just kill them by attacking, depending on what they do here. Ah, they had finality. Damn it. Dang, that is unfortunate, but thems are the breaks. Oh, ballsy. Ugh. I'll go with this and I guess Llanowar Elves, just so I can do this end of turn. It's functionally the same as doing this, except for the fact that I don't use another card, so if I draw like a Vanquisher's Banner or something, then I could maybe use it. Dang, that finality situation was a little unfortunate. You should not attack me. I guess they have stuff to do, so. Yeah, there's no way they would attack me if they didn't have something to do. I guess I suppose if I played Growth Chamber Guardian instead. Oh, yay. I would have had 2 creatures to attack with, but at this point, I do think I've lost. All right. Yeah, especially drawing that land. Ugh, I feel like I was so close. I'm playing more. I hope I can actually win a game. Like, ugh, this is ridiculous. I hate when I record and it doesn't work, but the testing worked fine. Get your hands off my Reese's Pieces. Please. Yes. Yes. Do not be burned. This is exactly what I want. Right here. If this second Marwyn was a Beastmaster instead, it'd be even better. We're going up against Mono. Okay. We might be going up against Mono, but I don't actually know. So we're doing this. We're doing into Marwyn. Marwyn, if she dies, doesn't matter. Have a replacement. Totally fine. Next turn, Incubation Druid, Elvish Clancaller. Good times. I would prefer to draw a Beastmaster. Yeah, I assume we're against Mono Blue. I guess it could be Drakes. I shouldn't assume that quickly, but show me the money. Oh, okay, it's blue-red. They're gonna kill Marwyn. Don't mind if you do, because I have another one. Ooh, and an elf. So we're gonna go do pay life. Now play out a Marwyn. I'm gonna play out an elf, making her a 2/2. I'll pass the turn, and then next turn, I have mana and nothing to do with it. Need way to draw cards. Alright. I see you. Not a way to draw cards. Incredibly offended. Do I just Clancaller? Yeah, I'll Clancaller. I guess I can Incubation Druid as well. Oh, they sabotaged that. It's unfortunate. I mean, I could activate the Adapt on this, but I think I just want to get some lumps in while I can. Yeah, I think I want to get some lumps in while I can. Could be a mistake, but... Wait, this is a deck playing Lava Coil and Sinister Sabotage. I don't think this is Drakes. Like, Drakes doesn't usually play Sabotage. Okay, there's an Opt. Where do they put it? Where are you putting it? Top. Okay, so whatever it is they wanted it. Could be a removal for Marwyn. No, it is Drakes. That's so strange to me. Also, we keep trying... Deck, why? I ask you for one thing, and you can't even give me that. I don't want to scrap this whole recording session. No, it's fine. I'll just make it long. I did technically start early, so. Got her snips. All right. Are you gonna attack with the Drake? No. I'm going to adapt this. That silence is the sound of my sadness. Why? We're running 21 lands. Why? I've been through 12 cards. And I have half of them were lands. Over half of them were lands. Why? Oh no, I'm dead. I don't care. Wait. That would actually go into not the yard, but I'm dead anyway. It's so frustrating when I play practice and the deck works, and then as soon as I record, I just get land fucked. Oh wow, quasi duplicate. I don't care. Oh wow, I'm dead. Who would have thought? Slim Shady would be something you would have bought. Would have made you get a gun and shoot at the cops. I just said it. I know if you do it or not. I'm running it back. Okay, this is the Dirtle King. Maybe they're playing a slow deck. Sure, this hand is fine. We're going second. But this hand has a fine land to spell ratio. I have a Druid of the Cowl into a Shalai, into a Vanquisher banner. I can start drawing cards off of it. Why do you hate me? Oh, good. Oh, God. It's mono red. Going second against Mara. It's fine. It's totally fine. Fuck you. Ah. Oh, look, I have a Groth Chamber Guardian. Okay, if this leave this alive, Shalai is gonna help out a little, I guess. Ugh. If then should they come home with failed attempt, fuck off. We'll know I won't leave stone unturned. These worlds will surely burn. I'm gonna play Marwyn because it sets up for better plays in the future. Wait. Yeah, no, I know. You might have been saying, but Justin, it just dies to Firebrand. Yes, it sets up better in the future because this won't die. And I already have kind of plenty of mana. Oh, cool, it's the Arclight Phoenix first. No, it's fine, it's totally fine. Just play burn spells. Just kill me with them. I didn't want to have fun anyway. Can't wait for them to have Lava Coil in one of these two cards. Just wait for it. Whoop. What did I do to deserve all of you? I like have to block this, right? Well, I guess they can't burn me. Take it 4, go to 6. Can't burn me. Could burn Shalai. If they have Shock or something, then I block this and Shalai dies. I go to 9. But they're like kind of out of cards. I think it's correct to block this. I could be super wrong, but yeah, I still think it's fine to block this. Like going down to 6 and losing Shalai anyway to double burn spell, I think is possibly better. Okay, and it was a 3-mana burn spell anyway, so. Alright, so here we're going to go and play Growth Chamber Guardian and Incubation Druid. Absolutely block Footline Fiend if I need to, because I don't care if Growth Chamber Guardian dies. Yeah, sure, that's fine. I need to not take, like, any damage. And if my opponent wants to Spectacle, they have to not kill. That's 100% fine with me. 100%. They didn't play a creature. Oh, sweet. I don't even have to use Incubation Druid here. That's freaking great. Not attacking. Need to not die to haste. Oh, it's Rakdos. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. You've needed to play Judith the whole time. Oh, I'm so sorry. F off. Alright, this amount of salt isn't, like, quote-unquote real. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm going to start with Elvish Clancaller, actually. Alright, well, got another one of these anyway. Okay, so I have some... Oh, this is so nice. Thank you, deck. This is all I asked for. It's just to work. So next turn, I can start attacking in for 7. Oh god, what are you playing? Oh, screw my face. That's quite painful. Oh, Flame killed. That's quite dangerous. Have you heard of not doing that? Another banner. Well, that said, I think the correct answer is fudge. They're going to draw 2 cards. Oh, I'm at 6? Actually, I think the correct answer is play Steelleaf Champion. So I can kill them, like, next turn. They can't block with Judith. So I think the plan is actually adapt this. Play Steelleaf Champion with it. Okay, Growth Chamber Guardian's nice. Attack with this. Do I attack with Clancaller too? Do I attack with Clancaller too? That would put them down to 11. Slightly easier to kill them in that scenario, because maybe they just draw a bunch of lands. Ugh, but putting me to 5 might be more dangerous. But they would have put me to 5 anyway. But maybe I need the 2 blockers. I think this is probably fine. The Steelleaf Champions alone should theoretically be able to kill them. So I literally have to just not die this turn. Okay, 1's a land. That's helpful. Okay, what do you have? Shock. Okay. Pretty much have to block. Because no matter what, I'm dead to a 3 damage burn spell anyway, so let's go ahead and block, see what my opponent does. Do they have the burn spell? Oh, they don't. Oh, man. Okay. I believe just another Vanquisher's banner wins me the game, right? 5, 7... Oh, he's dead anyway. I'm dumb. This is awkward. Oh. I don't think I deserved that. Not the win. I definitely deserved the win. I didn't deserve the pain that I had to go through. Let's see, packs. Let's get a guild around it. Yes, give me 3 packs. We're opening up 3 packs to make me feel better about what happened. I'm traumatized. Hey, we got a cool card, though. I should play another Steal Your deck. Oh, look, it's Niv Mizzet. I don't care. I'm so disappointed. The deck is fun. The deck works. Oh, wait. Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry, everyone. I totally forgot to go talk about the sideboard real quick. Sideboard real quick. All right. Incredibly awkward. Citywide Bust. As you saw, a lot of the times our creatures are going to have 4 or more toughness. But if you're a little bit more low to the ground, this does work to destroy a decent amount of decks. Make a Stand allows your creature to be indestructible, but the fact that it costs 3 means that a lot of the times it's just not going to come in handy. You could also run Assure Assemble. which is similar except it only protects one creature, and that does protect against single target removal. But again, like, you have to leave up mana in certain situations, which I'm just not a huge fan of. Militia Bugler gets most of the creatures in the deck, other than I think just Steel Leaf Champion. And Shalai, I guess, and End-Raze. It's fine, most of the creatures. But the fact that it's not an elf means it's kind of unfortunate. It doesn't work with any of our buffs or anything like that. And we already have some other ways to draw cards. Radiant Destiny, we're playing white, so you could theoretically play this if you wanted to go a little bit less on the kind of combo elf ball style and wanted to go more into just the more aggressive elf deck. You can definitely play this. You're going to get City's Blessing real quick. Unbreakable Formation, same thing as Make a Stand. Ixalan's Binding, as I said, you can play that over Conclave Tribunal. Anyway, I would like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Salamander and Zeragar, for their continued support. If you'd like to join them and support the channel, you'll find links to that down in the description below, along with links to the Discord server, where we play games, the 8th Herb account, where I host the decks, and Tyler Walpole's art. Dude is fantastic, and he's making the art for the D&D game I am a part of. If you would... Crap. I'm just so flustered by those games. Oh, man, I hope you enjoyed this video. The deck is legitimately good. I did get 5, counting the one that was on camera, 5 wins with it out of, not including the losses I had on camera, like 5 wins, 4 of which were practice, only 2 or 3 losses were happening in practice or whatever. But if you did enjoy this video, go and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, cast a comment in the comment section down below, and pass the turn and the video to one of your friends. And until next time, all will be one.